Dirk, he doesn't get enough credit for that championship they won. That was one of the more difficult runs. Bagley cleans up the mess and gets a dunk.
The U.S. winning gold medal Olympic team is in the house. The Stars will be involved in the postseason as the NHL comes up to their Stanley Cup run. Hachimura, no basket. Laravia, LeBron's up ahead. Jackson Hayes saw it, but the Mavericks recovered, and he threw it away. Washington runs and throws it down. Kennard back to James. Clock at 8. LeBron to the basket. See if he starts taking shots. Hayes. And one. On into the playoffs. Does not sound encouraging for either player to come back for the first round, but time will tell. Washington out of the corner, a big three, set up by Flagg.
He feels he can take and get to the basket or make a play.
Good call, Jamal. There's a 40-point game for Cooper Flagg. He's got 4. Game's working on Najee Marshall. He gets in 2 minutes. LeBron inside, lays it in. Lakers wanted the foul. It's a 6-point game. 1:58 to go. They're going to double Flagg. Step through Williams. One more Najee. Marshall. The lob. The finish. Bagley. LeBron attacks Kennard. Got to get shots up here. They'll do it at the goal. 7-point game. Lakers pick up full court. Since Will Chamberlain. Final seconds here. Jackson Hayes will take the stats. Tighten it to 6. Mavs will get it in, and that will do it. Dallas 134, Lakers 128. James and Flagg put on the show here tonight.
Welcome everyone to Mr. Main's podcast. I'm Mr. Main. Today I will be bringing you a game recap last night between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers by the score of 134-127. It was a very exciting game on NBC Peacock Sunday Night Basketball. Cooper Flagg had a game-high 45 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. P.J. Washington had 15 points. Najee Marshall had 13.7 assists for the Dallas Mavericks. For the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James had 30 points, 15 assists. Jackson Hayes had 23 points. Rui Hachimura had 21 points, 7 rebounds. The game was very exciting all the way down to the last 5 minutes of the game where the LA Lakers was trailing most of the game and they were in reach within 6 points. But the Dallas Mavericks made clutch shots by Cooper Flagg and eventually pulled through and defeated the LA Lakers. This was a game that Cooper Flagg scored a game-high 45 points. Cooper Flagg, April 3rd, 2026, last Friday, he set an NBA record, most points by a teenager. He scored 51 points. He broke his own record, previously set on January 29th against the Charlotte Hornets. In that game, he scored 49 points against his Duke teammate, Con Knippel, who is in the running for Rookie of the Year. Cooper Flagg had 51 points against the Orlando Magics. He shot 19 from 30 from the field, 6 from 9 from three-point range, had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. He had an excellent game. He scored 51 points, breaking his own record of 49 that he set earlier in the year. Cooper Flagg is a generational talent, and he also did back-to-back 40 points. He scored 51 points on Friday, and then he scored 45 points on Sunday. First rookie teenager to score over 40 points back-to-back. Cooper Flagg has been setting the record books all season long, and Dallas Mavericks are looking forward to the 2026 NBA draft so they can draft a point guard to help them out This season is pretty much over for the Mavericks. They're just trying to finish the season on a positive note. They're not making the playoff. So next season, they're going to have a lot of healthy players such as Kyrie Irving, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. So hopefully they can be reloaded and come correct next season, 2026, 2027. Cooper Flagg has passed Con Knipple in Rookie of the Year odds award currently because he had two great back-to-back games, scoring 51 points Friday against the Orlando Magic, and then yesterday scoring 45 points against the Los Angeles Lakers. Cooper Flagg is battling his Duke teammate, Con Knipple, Charlotte Hornets guard. Now, currently, DraftKings got Cooper Flagg as a -250 and Con Knipple a +180. Yeah, because he beat the Lakers last night and improved his odds. But before the two games, he was trailing Con Knipple. Because entering the week, he was a -300. Con Knipple was a -300. And Cooper Flagg was a +225 entering the week. But after those two big games he had against the Orlando Magic and the Los Angeles Lakers, now Cooper Flagg is the odds of winning the Rookie of the Year award. So it's going to be great down the stretch between these two Duke teammates. Both guys really want to win the award, so it's very competitive. We'll see who wins. According to ESPN research, Flagg is the first rookie to score at least 45 points in consecutive games since Hall of Famer Walt Bellamy in 1962. Wilt Chamberlain, who accomplished that feat on 3 occasions, is the only other rookie to have such a streak. Flagg has 3 of the 4 45-point performances by a teenager in NBA history, including the past 2 games. He's one of only 6 players to score at least 45 points 3 times as a rookie. The other 5, Bellamy, Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Earl Monroe, and Lou Alcindor, all won Rookie of the Year en route to becoming Hall of Famers.
Guys who were about 20 years apart in age. LeBron James now basically carrying the load for the Lakers against Cooper Flagg, who had 51 points in his last game out. And D. Wood, it's because he can do stuff like this.
Oh, I mean, did you see him just blow by a defense like that, Gritty? Come on.
The acceleration. He had 26 in the first half, but LeBron taking a backseat to no one. Look at the big man running the floor, doing it once. Then this one is just as nice. Mavs by 6 at halftime. LeBron answered the charge. Fourth quarter, Mavs up by 8, and it's Cooper Flagg again. Watch the moves, body control, and he lays it up and good. Free throw is good. Mavs an 11-point lead. Later in the quarter, 9 is the difference. LeBron watches clear a path. Oh, come on, D. Wood. Come on, big fella.
How old is he, Greeny?
He's 41.
Wow,
That's an
crazy.
emphatic slam. It's a 7-point game. And then the Lakers, they're going to need something from other people. How about if Jackson Hayes is one of those people? Look at him throw it down off a nice little pocket pass. Lakers within 5 after the foul shot, but they wouldn't get closer. 4 minutes left. Flagg, P.J. Washington. It's an 8-point game. And then the next Dallas possession, it's Flagg again. Cooper Flagg, 45 points. He becomes the first teenager ever with back-to-back 40-point games in NBA history. Mavericks win it 134-128. So there's so much here. Look, LeBron, 19-year-old Cooper Flagg, he scored 51 points on Friday night and then followed it up with 45 points in a win over LeBron James and the Lakers last night. It was Flagg's 4th career 40-point game, which breaks a tie with LeBron James for the most by a teenager in NBA history. And let's check out some other ridiculous numbers here, if we can, okay? The kind of company that Cooper Flagg is now keeping. He has scored 96 points over his last 2 games. That joins Wilt Chamberlain as the only rookies ever to have 95 or more points in a 2-game span. Let's keep going. Sunday was the 2nd straight 40-point game for Flagg, the only other rookie in the last 50 seasons with consecutive 40-point games was Allen Iverson. And Flagg now has 3 45-point games this year. He is the 6th rookie in NBA history with 3 or more 45-point games. The last one was Michael Jordan. The 5 previous all ended up in the Hall of Fame and, by the way, all won Rookie of the Year. There's been a lot of question whether or not he's going to win that. Tim McMahon and Iman Shumpert are up talking basketball with us this morning. Let me start with that, Tim. Cooper Flagg was not the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, and then he just had a weekend for the ages. What does that mean?
Well, he flipped the odds, and he's battling his Duke roommate, Colin Knippel, for this award. Knippel's had a historic year himself, shattering the rookie record for made threes, leading the league in three-pointers made. A major contributor to a Charlotte Hornets team that's had this massive midseason turnaround. Cooper Flagg doesn't have the winning, but man, has this kid put himself in historical company. You put the company up for this weekend, but season long, I mean, the numbers he's putting up, the only teenagers who have had this kind of production as rookies, one was in the building last night, LeBron James. The other was on a flight back to Europe, Luka Doncic. What Cooper Flagg is doing as a 19-year-old kid is absolutely historic. What he's doing as a rookie is historic, and he has zoomed to the front of the Rookie of the Year race again, which he needed a hell of a weekend to do it, and he came up with one.
And you mentioned Luka, and that is the player with whom Cooper will always be grouped, even though he didn't have anything to do with it, but we all understand the reasons and the history there. Iman Shumpert, as you watch Cooper Flagg play right now, what are you most impressed by? What is this kid showing you?
I think that what I'm most impressed by is the way he picks his spots. I think Cooper Flagg came into this league just trying to figure it out. A lot of times it was sporadic on, where he was going on the court, how he would manufacture points. And I think now he's starting to pick spots. He's starting to stop early and get to his spots. And when you start doing stuff like that, you start playing with the shot fake. You start making your teammates aware of how you want to score. It also makes the referees aware of how you score the ball. And when you score it at such a high clip, the way Cooper Flagg is doing, I can only think that this guy is carving his way into being able to get an actual whistle in this league. So though the Mavs are tanking right now, and I know it's not a lot of winning going on, there are small wins that Cooper Flagg can go sort of stack up in his resume and say, hey, man, when I come back next year, you guys know who I am and you know what I have to do. Once we add a little bit more to help in the fight, I think that Cooper Flagg's going to be in good standards.
So the Mavs right now are tanking, to your point. The Lakers, until the end of last week, were sort of riding high. Tim, it's sort of a provocative question, but as I mentioned, Flagg and Luka will always be sort of viewed in opposition to one another for obvious reasons. Right now, who feels in better shape long term, the Mavericks with Cooper Flagg or the Lakers with Luka?
It is a provocative question. It's also a conversation that I have had with people in Dallas, over the last couple of months. And look, the Mavericks are a 25-win team. The Lakers are a 50-win team. It's hard for me to say that the Mavericks are in better shape. And also, let's just be clear. The Mavericks fell bass-ackwards into getting Cooper Flagg. This was not part of the plan when they made a win-now trade, dumping Luka Doncic months off of a finals appearance. Now, having said that, this is the gift of a second chance to build around a prodigy after punting on one. There are challenges because of what the Mavericks did to successfully build a contender around Luka. They have their pick this year. It's the last year they control their own pick until 2031. The Lakers actually are positioned to have significant cap space this summer. So I think you would say probably the Lakers, but let's see what happens this summer. Let's see where the Mavericks land in the lottery, who they land in the lottery, and what the Lakers are actually able to do with that cap space. Huge, huge summers for both franchises.